everybody. Good day, everyone. Thank you very much for joining here. I'm seeing some people, friends. I'm seeing also Manu from Mock. In the course of this webinar, we will review this new DeFi product that it's called the RIF on Chain, a product that was developed by Money on Chain, and that we believe that is a crucial part of the organization to achieve all our proposals and goals. Since the release of RIF on Chain 3 weeks ago, we've seen a constant growth in the platform activity. We are very excited on how things are progressing and how things will continue to progress. Well, first, to give you some order, first we are going to go through the basis and foundations of RIF on Chain. Second, we are going to review in more detail the different aspects of the tokens, how they interact, what's the relationship. And in the last part of this webinar, we are going to explain how to interact with the platform on an easy way. I didn't want to get very involved in the technical aspect of the platform, at least on this webinar. We are going to see how to exchange RIF tokens for the RIF on Chain tokens. And of course, we are going to answer any question at the very end of the presentation if we have time. If not, you can write us down afterwards and we will review all the questions. RIF on Chain is the first DeFi platform that utilized the RIF token as collateral and was developed and is managed by Money on Chain. Now, what does Money on Chain do? Manu, this is a great challenge here for me. I have the people from Money on Chain, so hope I say something suitable with their very own vision. Money on Chain basically is a technological company that develops technological products, blockchain solutions, like the original Money on Chain DeFi platform. That the original Money on Chain DeFi platform is built on top of the Bitcoin network through RSK. They also built oracles to be used for smart contract developers, and they are also releasing a decentralized exchange very soon. Everything on top of the RSK network. Money on Chain has chosen RSK not only because of the safeness of RSK network. We are actually sharing on RSK an average of 50% more or less of the hashing power, but also because they are well-known Bitcoiners since the very beginning, and as such, they believe in the greatness and the infinite capacity of Bitcoins for transforming the actual state of the financial systems, as we do. And especially, of course, we have very good vibes between both organizations. Let's review the RIF on Chain key features. We have three main assets developed to serve different purposes. We have a dollar, RIF Dollar, a RIFpro, and a RIFX. What's the RIF Dollar or RDOC? The RIF Dollar is a stablecoin collateralized by RIF tokens with a 1-to-1 dollar pegged. We're going to review it afterwards with detail. Just keep in mind that the RIF on Chain platform consists of three main assets. One is a RIF Dollar that is a stablecoin collateralized by RIF tokens with a 1-1 dollar pegged. A RIFpro that is a token where RIF users can stake the RIF tokens and earn a passive income in return. We are going to explain how that passive income is generated and how they can stake the RIF tokens and how they can acquire those RIF tokens. And the last part is a RIFX that is a leveraged long position for users willing to increase their token exposure. Let's start with the very beginning. The RDOC, the RIF Dollar. What's the core value of the RIF Dollar? The RDOC is a crypto collateral stablecoin that serves different purposes and aims to solve different needs by mitigating the volatility, mitigating the volatility of the RIF token. The first benefit is that it acts as a store of value. That's crucial. I mean, anyone who has to store value, they want to guarantee that there won't be a lot of volatility on the value stored. The second thing that it's related to the sharing economies is that the RDOC is completely necessary as a decentralized transactional rail in the development of the sharing economies that with the RIF RSK company we are trying to develop and achieve. For example, the RDOC will be used for interacting in the RIF marketplace once the RIF marketplace is released, and on many other platforms and markets that acquire blockchain products. It will be sort of a crucial part of the economy that we are trying to develop. And last but not least, it's crucial for financial activities such as lending, borrowing, actually trading through the centralized frameworks that is guaranteed by an audited smart contract and not by centralized entities backing their stablecoins through, for example, fiat stored on their vaults, and in some cases, and we know which cases, it's even harder to check because they are not audited and so on. This stablecoin is audited, the smart contracts of the stablecoin are audited, and the stablecoin is guaranteed by a smart contract. Continue with the features. The features of the RIF Dollar: collateralization, transferable, dollar pegged, and redeemable. The RIF Dollar, or RDOC, is a token that, as I said before, is pegged 1-to-1 to US dollars and collateralized by RIF tokens. It has the following features that are described in those boxes. Fully collateralized by RIF tokens. We are going to see an example afterwards. What does that mean? No CDP to be provided by a purchaser in some cases. Transferable, anyone can transfer to any RSK address, RDOCs. Can be stored in a compatible hardware wallet. Dollar peg, the RDOC is pegged 1-to-1 to US dollars, and the peg is guaranteed by a smart contract, not by fiat on a vault. That is very important. And redeemable, fully redemption is available every 30 days. Partial redemption, it's available upon availability of RIF dollars. I'm going to show you where anyone can check this. When I mention fully collateralized by RIF tokens, what does that mean? That means that whenever someone wants to redeem, whenever someone acquires RDOC and wants to redeem RDOCs, they are going to get in exchange RIF dollars. RIF tokens. So I want to give you a simple example here to show you how that works. Example, RIF token market price is $1. Hope we are there. I have 100 RIF tokens and I'm willing to acquire 100 RDOC. At T0, first in instant zero, the RIF market price is $1, 100 RIF tokens equals $100, yes? Instance one, on time one, the RIF market price jumped 25%. Yes, I was someone who bought 100 RDOC. That is a stable coin, so I will not get benefit for this jump. So I have FOMO and I want to jump into the RIF tokens, and so I redeem this RDOC for RIF tokens. The amount that I will receive will be of 80 RIF tokens. That, with a RIF price of 125, will be equal to 100 RDOC. So that means that it's collateralized by RIF tokens and the redemption occurs with RIF tokens. The opposite happens if someone buys 100 RDOCs and the price of the RIF token in the market goes down 25%. If that happens, at the end, someone will receive, once it redeems, it can be redeemed because the price in the market went down 25%, and the person who bought the RDOCs believes that it's a good price to jump in. He will receive 133 RIF tokens in return. Yes. Where you can see that no CDP to be provided is needed in order to acquire RDOCs. Depending on the amount available to mint in the platform, you can purchase any RDOC without the need of leaving collateral. There is a page in the platform called Metrics where you can see the available to mint RDOCs. This is the amount in dollars. Remember, RDOC is pegged 1-to-1 to dollars. So this means that anyone who has RIF tokens and wants to buy this stable coin, they are able to buy up to $2,097 worth of RIF dollars without leaving an extra collateral. Yeah, This happens inside the metrics page. Dollar peg, $1 to $2. Whenever you enters into when someone enters into the platform, the first thing is the home page. We're going to see afterwards a more clearer way how this looks. But I wanted to make a point here regarding the information that someone sees on this mobile shape box where there are 5,251 RDOCs, that it's equal to have $5,251. It's completely equal. Afterwards, when someone goes to the wallet, go to wallet here, they enter into the wallet of the RDOC, and there they will have the address, the code, and from this part of the website, you can transfer the R tokens to another wallet and so on. Regarding the redemption, I told you there is a fully redemption available every 30 days or partially upon availability. I will show you where you can check that, and that is afterwards in the metric site. But for you to know, in this page called redemption page, that it's represented by this envelope symbol, it's a settlement where if someone has, for example, 1,000 RDOCs and wants to redeem those 1,000 RDOCs in the next settlement, that this example is in 2 days and 21 hours, one can click in redeem RDOC at expiration and will predefine that settlement once it happens, and will receive RIF in exchange, of course, based on the rate of the RIF tokens in the market at that time. What happens if the first question here is, okay, what if I want to redeem the RIF tokens before? Okay, you have to check which amount is available to be redeemed. Where do you check that? On the same metrics page in the platform, where there is a sector, there is a box that shows the available RDOCs to be redeemed. In this case, it's 1,658 RDOCs or dollars, it's the same. This amount can be freely redeemed whenever the user wants. Yes, and actually afterwards, someone has acquired RDOC, and the idea is that with those RDOCs, not only they will be trading, but also they will be paying for products, they will be paying for services, they will be transferring those RDOCs to another person. So there will be a secondary market generated. Remember, this has been launched 3 weeks ago, so we are at the very beginning of the journey. Yeah. Okay. So final comments of the RDOC. The RIF Dollar is a crypto collateralized stablecoin. Remember that, crypto collateralized stablecoin, collateralized by RIF tokens, pegged 1-to-1 to the US dollar, transferable, redeemable every 30 days or before upon availability, and completely decentralized and guaranteed by a smart contract. We're going to go to the next asset of this DeFi platform, that is the RIFpro. The RIFpro, the features. The RIFpro is, I would like to say that it's the most important asset of the platform, but it's the cornerstone of the platform, that as a result of staking this token, the platform can issue the other two assets, the RDOC we have been talking about and the RIFX. It's crucial and it's essential to have RIFpro stake in the platform in order to generate the other tokens. In the features, characteristics, it's a token that earns a passive income. We'll show you where you can check that. Users, by staking the RIF tokens, generate the minting of the other two assets and should be rewarded for that. I mean, why on earth will someone put the RIF tokens that acquire on an exchange or in the TGE or in the private sale? Well, because they are going to generate a passive income, and it's a very attractive passive income. The way the system rewards the RIFpro holder is through a passive income generated by the transactions that occur whenever someone acquires RDOC and RIFX. I'm going to show you afterwards the mechanics behind these operations and where you can check the APR. It mirrors the RIF token volatility and has a small amount of leverage. I explained these two things together, and believe me, at this stage, I will show you hereafter how this works. But the RIFpro volatility is very similar to the RIF token volatility, but it has, depending on the statistics accompanying the platform at any given moment, a small amount of leverage. It is not on its nature to be a leverage token. That's the RIFX. We are going to revise afterwards too. But on certain occasions, the RIFpro might have some leverage. Actually, practically always has a small amount of leverage. In certain occasions, that leverage can be a little bit higher. And last not least is a transferable asset as the RDOC. It can be transferable through the RIFpro wallet in the platform, as I'm also going to show you. Remember the homepage that has three mobile shape forms? Well, in the middle, you have the RIFpro, yes? Whenever you go and click in the go to wallet, well, you will see afterwards, we are going to see these numbers and what they mean. Whenever you go to the wallet, the first thing that you will see is the APR. The APR is the interest rate paid to the RIFpro for staking, yes, their tokens. This annual rate will vary depending on the amount of operations that happen inside the platform, because it is generated whenever the RIFX or the RDOCs are operated. I mean, you need for transactions to occur inside the platform to generate a good APR. If not, why should anyone stake their tokens and earn a passive income? Where would that income come from? The amount paid by the RIFX and the RDOCs varies too, depending on the demand and supply of those assets in the platform. The more RDOCs, the lower the rate for the RIFX, and vice versa. The only way to discourage this was done, you know, we have sort of discussions if that was something suitable or not, but it's the only way, but by having a variable rate, it's the only way to discourage the trading of RIFX is by charging a very high rate, for example, on a bull market. A bull market, everyone will be willing to jump into the RIFX because it's a leverage long position, yes? And there will be lack of RDOCs. There won't be a good supply of RDOCs. So the way of incentivizing people to buy the RDOC is by lowering the rate of the RDOC and putting a higher and a more expensive rate on the RIFX. The way that rate is calculated, I mean, you can check it on the white paper afterwards. I don't want to get very technical here, but it's through the mean value theorem of integrals. And nothing, it's on the website, you can check it there, and afterwards also you can write me down and we can review it together. I don't care about that. For me, it's a pleasure. If you ask me what rate should a RIFpro holder expect, a RIFpro holder should not expect a rate less than 5–6% per year, but at least, and I have already said, we are at the beginning of the journey, so we expect to have a lot of transactions inside the platform. And with those transactions, this APR will be increased and the interest rate will be very attractive for people to be staking their tokens here. Let's continue to the mechanics. RIF volatility and leverage. As I said at the beginning of the RIFpro is the cornerstone because it generates the issuance of RDOC. Yes? Now, what happened with the volatility of those RDOCs generated? Remember, RDOCs are stable coins. So, being stable coins, someone has to take care of the volatility. Imagine if I would tell you, give me your RIF tokens, and I promise you to maintain the price in dollars of those tokens as it is right now. I mean, if I give you that offer, it's because someone, if not me, will be taking care of the volatility. Well, that is what the RIFpro on a very first stage does. It takes care of the volatility generated by the RDOCs, but this is at the very first moment. Because are they willing to keep the entire volatility? No, it's not the nature of the RIFpro to be a leverage asset. That's the nature of the RIFX. So what are the RIFpro going to do with that volatility inherited by generating the RIF dollars? They will pass it to the RIFX. So continuing with the line of action here, RIFpro, stage 1, allow the issuance of RIF dollars. RIF dollars will transfer the volatility to the RIFpro plus a transaction fee, now as an interest rate, in the form of an interest rate for the users that bought the RIF dollar. Yeah. Now, what does the RIFpro do with the volatility that they inherited? They turn around and they will transfer that volatility to a RIFX. Yeah? So they provide that volatility to a RIFX, and anyone who will buy the RIFX will pay a trading fee to the RIFpro. Yeah. So this is how sort of the circle of life of the DeFi platform works. RIFpro allowing the issuance of RDOCs, RDOCs transferring the volatility to the RIFpro, and the RIFpro transferring or selling or passing the volatility to the RIFX. Yes? And the RIFX compensates the RIFpro for passing that volatility by paying them a fee from the transactions. That, as I mentioned before, it's a fee that might vary depending on the demand and supply of RIFX and RIF dollars. Yeah? In conclusion, where you can see the leverage of the RIFpro. Metrics again. This is the first part of the metrics page. In the first part of the metrics page, we're going to see it later. You have the global coverage, you have the RIFX spot coverage, and you have the RIFpro current leverage. As you can see, it's very low. Yeah, today it was in the order of 1.04. It was a little bit higher, and there is a reason for that. What I want you is to understand the logic behind that rate, that factor, and is that if the RIFpro are the ones who transfer the volatility to the RIFX, what do you need to have in the platform? Users acquiring the RIFX, because if not, all this volatility will remain in the RIFpro. So this number will vary depending on the amount of RIFX that are being acquired. Here I put the opposite example. I mean, the higher the RIFpro leverage, the lower the RIFX acquired in the platform. The more the RIFX is acquired in the platform, the lower the RIFpro leverage. This is how it works. Well, all these relationships lead us to the last asset of the platform, that is the RIFX. RIFX features fixed leverage at inception, variable during the lifetime. I will try to explain that as easiest as I can. It's renewable every 30 days. It's a smart contract. It's a position that lasts 30 days. It's a long RIF leverage position. I want to put special focus on this long term. Yeah, it's only long. At this first version of the RIF on chain and on money on chain, you cannot short the RIFX, and you cannot short the BTCX. That is the leverage asset of money on chain. And this is very important, can be liquidated without a margin call. This is crucial for you to understand because, for example, on the March 13 day, Black Tuesday, what's Tuesday, I think, the BTCX and the RIFX were liquidated. We were sort of in a test mode already on the mainnet, but we didn't do an announcement, so we were the ones testing the RIF on chain platform especially, and the RIFX were liquidated. So that is something you must know. You won't have any margin call. You won't have any notification as other centralized platform does, like BitMEX, Deribit, and so on, that sends you hundreds of emails where you are close to be liquidated. On this case, you don't. So if the price of the market goes down 50%, you're off. I told you fixed leverage at inception, variable during the lifetime. This is quite of a challenge. I'm going to try to explain you. I mean, I could directly pass through all this and just tell you that the leverage of the RIFX is fixed at inception. Afterwards, it changed. But I think you deserve to at least to have someone telling you why this happens, and I will try my best to do it without complicating things anymore. RIFX does not work as a leverage ETF. I'm saying ETF because it's a more common, leverage asset that it's in the market, where the leverage is practically always fixed. I think there are some ETFs that have sort of a variable leverage, but most of them have a fixed leverage, are configured to have a fixed leverage. Here, the leverage will change whenever the price of the RIF token in the market varies, or the RIF RIFX position varies too. What I want you to keep in mind here is what it is explained in the box on the right, where A is the dollar value of the RIF tokens backing the RIFX position, yes, and B is the dollar value of the RDOCs, the amount of RDOCs that are providing the leverage to this RIFX. Remember that RIFpro generates RDOCs, and RDOCs generates volatility to be passed to the RIFpro and to be passed at the end to the RIFX. Yes, and the leverage is calculated dividing the total dollars of RIF tokens backing the RIFX position divided by the difference between that same amount minus the RDOCs, that those are the dollars used for the leverage. I'm going to give you two fast examples. Yes. We have an instant zero. The price of the RIF token in the market is $1, and someone buys 100 RIFX. I'm using $1 as a market price because not only I want to see the RIF token there, but also because I think it's easier for the calculations. So someone buys 100 RIFX. So in the back end of the platform, what will happen is RIF entering for acquiring RIFX 100. RIF taken from the platform to back the RIFX 100. So we will have a total RIF backing the operation of $200. The RDOCs that will provide the leverage will be of 102. So at the end, we will have $200 in the denominator divided by the difference between $200 and the RDOCs, and that gives a leverage factor of 2x. That is the first, whenever the contract starts every 30 days, that is the first leverage, 2x. What happened 1 day later? Why the leverage varies during those 30 days? Instant 1 day later, user B wants to acquire 50 RIFX with 50 RIF. And the RIF price market jumped to 150. Yes? So what happened in the back end of the platform? The total RIF from instant 1 will be 200. The RIF entering for acquiring RIFX, 50. RIF taken from the platform to back these new operations, 50. So the total RIF backing the operations will be 200 from instant 0 plus 100 from instant 1. So we're going to have 300 RIF tokens multiplied by 150. And we will have, regarding the RDOCs, we will have 100 RDOCs from instant 0 plus 75 RDOCs to give that new volatility to the 50 RIFX. Yes. So in the back end, we will have 300 RIF tokens at 150 divided by the difference between that same amount minus the RDOCs used, and that gives us a leverage of 163. This means that the price jumped, and with the price jumping in the market and new RIFX entering, the leverage to be provided to this new RIFX was lower. I'm going to try to explain you why. Yes. Bottom line here is that ceteris paribus, the RIF leverage will go up when the price of the token goes down. Remember, ceteris paribus. RIF leverage goes up when the price of the token goes down, and vice versa. When the price of the token goes up, leverage will go down. Why? Because the only way of maintaining the same leverage, no matter how much the price varies in the market, is by adding or removing RDOCs, that are the ones that generate the volatility for the RIFX every day. That's what fund managers do with the normal and with the conventional ETFs. They are on a daily basis removing and adding the underlying based on whether the price went up or went down, respectively. Money on chain is not adding or removing RDOCs whenever the RIF of the token goes up or goes down. The reason why leverage changes freely here is because if you put a fixed leverage of 2x that never changes as the price of the token goes up, following our previous example, you will need more RDOCs to maintain that leverage factor. Why? And this is the logic behind that formula, because the available RDOCs that were 100, and the case that 50 additional RIFX with 1.5 RIF market price dollar equals to 75, so 175 RDOCs won't be enough to provide a 2x leverage if the price in the market jumped 50%. You will be sort of forcing them to give much more than what they can. Otherwise, if the price of the token goes down in the market, the RDOCs will have much more potential leverage to provide, and that's why the leverage factor jumps when the price of the token goes down. So whenever you're a RIFX trader or user and you want to enter into a RIFX position and the price in the market goes down, you will see that if you are willing to enter to a new position and the price of the market goes down, you will be able to enter with a higher leverage. Otherwise, ceteris paribus, if the price of the market goes up and you are a user of the RIFX, it's very likely that the leverage you are going to receive will go down. Of course, I can respond to any questions afterwards. So, well, coming to an end here, we can conclude that by staking RIFpro, the platform will allow the issuance of RDOC, and by issuing RDOC, the volatility of those stable coins will be transferred to the RIFX asset, passing first through the RIFpro. This DeFi platform that might look as a very financial product is actually the basis for expanding the sharing economies. I mean, we have launched this 3 weeks ago, and it looks very financial, but the vision that surrounds this DeFi platform and is behind all this incredible job done by the people from Money on Chain is to expand the sharing economies that we are all meant to build with the RIF and RSK teams and communities. It wouldn't be possible to achieve a sharing economy without clear transactional rails as the one provided by the RDOCs and the ones that are going to be provided by the RDOCs. And it wouldn't be possible to have a usage of the RIF tokens without the necessary liquidity we expect to generate based on the RIFX products and the RIFpro staking. Not to mention, but it's not the topic of this webinar, and we know that it's well demanded too, having top exchanges and more products and so on. But this DeFi platform is the essence for really increasing the adoption of on the products that we are willing to launch and so on. Well, this last part of the presentation, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you quickly and as easy as I can how the DeFi platform works. Yeah? Put some videos there to make it funnier. The first thing, the most important thing is in order to connect to this DeFi platform at this stage, it's necessary to have a Nifty wallet or a MetaMask wallet. On those links, I'm showing how to download those wallets and how to configure those wallets. Whenever you download the Nifty wallet, you have to be sure to configure the RSK network by selecting the RSK network. There is a video at the end that shows where you can see that. I'm going to let you know that. On the right, the MetaMask wallet is a little bit more harder, but of course on the developers.rsk.co, there are full explanations about that. And the last part is CoinSwitch. Why I put CoinSwitch there? Because on this stage, whenever you want to transact through the Nifty wallet or through the MetaMask wallet with RIF, you need gas to operate through the RSK network. And the best, fastest, and cheapest way to get that gas at this stage, other vendors are coming in. We are already integrated with other vendors that will be announced the next couple of days, not weeks, days. It's CoinSwitch, and it's crucial that you have some RBTC to transact on the DeFi platform. The same happens with Ethereum. Whenever you enter into Compound, Radar Relay, Maker, whatever DeFi platform in Ethereum, you need to have Ethereum in order to transact through those DeFi platforms. This is a homepage that I was talking about, where we have, but on a clearer presentation. And here you have 3 boxes, as we showed before, where the user will find the value of each position. The first value that all the users see here, that is the RDOC value. It's equal to dollars. When you see there 10, you are seeing $10, yes? The second value is this value in RIF tokens, RDOC RIF value. It's calculated based on the RIF token market value. This is formatted. A new deployment will be ready in the next couple of days where these prices will be better formatted. But well, following the line of what I was saying, $10 here are represented by RIF tokens here, and here by dollars. In this case, the RDOC is exactly the same because $10 are $10. So these two numbers are exactly equal. With the RIFpro, 519 RIFpro, that represents 500 RIF tokens, that represents $24. Remember, RIF value, RIF dollar value, position dollar value, RIFpro dollar value. The last one is the RIFX. Here is the amount of RIFX that you have in the position, the value in RIF tokens of that position, and the value in dollars. In the right side of the homepage, in this box, you have the total amount of dollars that you had entered into the platform, and the value in RIF that you have entered into the platform. I made 3 transactions here. I bought this one, and this one. You can have 1,000 transactions. This shows the amount of transactions made by the user in the platform. This lower box, it's important. Why? Because every DeFi platform, or actually most of the DeFi platform, I don't want to say all of them, but most of them, has this feature here where there is a difference between the RIF on-chain balance and the total spendable balance. Yes. Once someone connects to a DeFi platform through the MetaMask or the Nifty wallet, I recommend you to use the Nifty wallet. But whatever, if you use MetaMask, it will happen the same. But when someone connects to a DeFi platform using Nifty or MetaMask, the amount of RIF tokens that the user has in the wallet, in the Nifty or MetaMask wallet is reflected here in the RIF on-chain balance. That doesn't mean you can use that amount of RIF in the platform. You have to allow yourself to use those RIF. Where do you do that? Here, by setting the allowance. Suppose that I have in my Nifty wallet 1 million RIF tokens, but I want just to use in the platform 10,000 RIF tokens. I will set the allowance just to trade 10,000 RIF tokens. This is a crucial point. Well, this is the exchange side of the platform, the exchange page, this one. where every transaction is made, all the transactions happen here, and something important to know at this stage and on this version of Mayan Chain is that all the transactions are made against RIF token, meaning you can't transact RIFpro versus RDOC or RDOC versus RIFX or RIFX versus RIFpro. You must always transact through RIF first if you want to change between positions. That is something that Mayan Chain is working on and will be released in the next versions. People will be able to transact between different tokens, not on this version. Here I have an example on how a user can buy. The first one is the RIFpro. Let's look at the video. We stop here right away. I have in my wallet 1,000 RIF tokens, but I have to set the allowance to trade that 1,000 RIF tokens in the DeFi platform. So the first thing that I do is to set the allowance here. It's a simple transaction in the Nifty wallet. I have to submit that transaction, pay a small amount of gas, wait a little bit, confirmed. Now I have $1,000 ready to be used for trading. So I just have to go to mint, redeem. I want to say something else here. When I say mint and redeem, I'm saying buying or selling. Yes, acquiring or selling. It's exactly the same on operational terms. I have to go to the exchange. I want to buy 500 RIF tokens worth of RIFpro. There I have the operation done. I have to submit, transaction sent, wait a few seconds. Last operation is where you will see the status of the operation that you just made, and afterwards the platform fee, the interest fee, and so on. Transaction was confirmed. And you will see him there. And 519 RIFpro were deposited in the platform. Yeah? And I can go, sorry, this part is important. So I can click in the wallet, in the go to wallet, and I will see here what's the amount. Sorry about this. There. It was at the very first stage. Don't scare about this number. It will go up. We enter into the go to the wallet, to the wallet of the RIFpro by clicking in go to wallet, and here I will have the 519 RIFpro, my QR code, my wallet, and by clicking send, I can send this RIFpro to another RSK wallet. Yes. So it's a very easy thing to do. Let's show another example. RIF Dollar transaction. We still have, remember, we had 1,000 RIF tokens in the Nifty wallet. We set the allowance to trade 1,000 RIF tokens. We bought 500 RIF tokens worth of RIFpro, and 499.5 RIF tokens are left. So what we are going to do now is we are going to buy a RIFDOC and see what happens. The operation is exactly the same. That is a RIFpro wallet, the RIFDOC wallet, but everything happens in the exchange. I want to buy $10 worth of RDOC. It will cost 202 RIF tokens. I confirm, submit, wait for the confirmation, and we are done. And we have $10 worth of RDOC here. Yeah, And we can check there in the go to wallet side that we have the $10. And if we want to send this RDOC to another RSK wallet, we can do it just by clicking send here or by the QR, whatever. It's a very simple thing. Just remember that if you send to a wallet, it must be a compatible wallet. Yes. What else? RIFX transaction. We have left 296 RIF token after buying the RIFpro, after buying the RDOCs. So I want to show you that it's exactly the same to buy either RDOC, RIFpro, or RIFX. It doesn't change at all. Just clicking there, you will see the interest rate paid. Sorry about that. Went a little bit fast. Try to stop it. Here. This is the interest rate paid by acquiring the RIFX. Must be paid by the user. This is an interest rate that will be afterwards shared between the RIFpro. Yes. Here, transaction sent. Okay, confirmed. That's it, that's all. RIFX transaction. Oh, I'm sorry. Wanted to show you at the end. There, it appears. The very end. So there is no trick here. Want to be sure you see that it's very easy, and after you buy the RIF tokens, well, this was faster than the other ones. Okay. RIF metrics. As I told you before, on RIF metrics, there are a lot of things, a lot of things that are shown here. It's a very important part of the page. It's a very technical part too. You don't need to get truly involved with everything, but it's good that you understand the basis from this page. Starting with the first thing that you are going to see, remember when I explained the current leverage, is the global coverage and the RIFX spot coverage. In this case, it's 928. That means that we are fully covered regarding the RDOCs. The global coverage shows the amount of RIF dollar, the amount of dollars, yes, in RIF tokens in the platform covering the RDOCs, the RIF stable coin. The RIFX spot coverage is the amount of dollars on RIF tokens covering the RIFX positions. The RIF per current leverage, the RIFpro current leverage is very, very low, as I showed you before. You can check it here, and the RIFX leverage, as I showed you before, it can be checked here too. Yes. We move forward, and here we have the RDOC available to redeem. Just this is sort of a recap. So that I thought about putting this because I wanted sort of doing a recap about the things we've been seeing during the webinar. The RDOCs that are available to redeem are the ones that anyone can redeem outside the settlement. I mean, you don't need to wait for a settlement to redeem, in this case, 624 RDOCs. 7,042 RDOCs are the ones that are available to mint, are the ones that anyone with RIF tokens without leaving any kind of CDP can acquire. The RIFpro, of course, is a much more liquid asset, and here we have an available to redeem of 527,000 RIFpro. Why you cannot redeem the entire amount of RIFpro in the platform? Because there is an amount of RIFpro, yes, that are covering the stable coins, yes, the RIF stable dollar. So that's why it's important to always have an amount of RIFpro in the platform without, you know, harming the DeFi platform functions. The RIFX available to mint are the RIFX that can be acquired based on the RDOCs that had been issued. So on this case, A group of RIFpro were staked in the platform, a bunch of RIFpro were staked in the platform that allowed an amount of RDOC to be issued in the platform that allowed that now we had 9.89, 9,800 RIFX available to be minted. Next settlement date is the date that have to pass until the next settlement where someone can automatically redeem the RIF dollars. Going to go fast here, this is the total amount of RIF tokens in the platform. Here we have 1.37 million tokens. RIF token in interest bag. This is the bag of interest paid in tokens to the RIFpro on a daily basis. On a daily basis, these RIF tokens are withdrawn from this bag and paid to the RIFpro. Target coverage and RIF token EMA is the exponential moving average. Target coverage, this is a number that whenever the coverage in the platform, the global coverage in the platform is below this threshold, no RDOC can be issued. The exponential moving average is used for internal risk metrics of money on chain. Here are the three same prices that I show you on the header that are going to be formatted even better because, you know, we have to put more decimals here. And at the very end of the metrics page, you have the tokens in RIFpro, the tokens in RIFX. It's sort of, want to go fast. RIF on chain sort of divide everything on a fictional two buckets, yes? Where the first bucket is meant to have all the numbers and the calculations for the relation between RIFpro and RIF Dollar. And the second bucket is the one relative to the RIFX. So here you can see, just a matter of showing the numbers, which numbers are backing the RIFpro, what amount of RIF tokens are to back the RIF dollars, and here you will see which amount of RIF and RIF dollars are backing the total RIFX. RIF on settlement, this is the last page of the platform where you can check how many days are left in order to have an automatically settlement of the RDOCs. And I did a video, very short video too, to show you how that works. Last Saturday was the settlement. I had 1,141 RDOCs, and I wanted to predefine the settlement on the settlement date. That was going to occur 6 hours afterwards. So by clicking on redeem RDOC at expiration and doing that transaction, I got this transaction pending until the redemption day. Yeah, 6 hours later. So what happened 6 hours later? Let me show you. 6 hours later. Okay, here. After the redemption, I have redeemed the 1,141 RDOCs for RIF tokens. Where do I see those RIF tokens? In the Nifty wallet. Yes, have 18. I redeem 1,141 RDOCs for 18,000 RIF tokens. Automatically deposited in my RIF address on my Nifty wallet that is connected, as I showed you before, with this platform. Last not least, I have this. This is important. Sorry, thank you very much for your patience, but this is very important because here is where I show you at this stage, you have to manually put the tokens in the Nifty wallet or in MetaMask. The operation is exactly the same, but I think it's important for you to understand how to do it. Whenever you download the Nifty wallet, here is where you select the RSK network in the Nifty wallet, and the way you configure the tokens afterwards, show you the video, is by adding RIF RIF is automatically added. I mean, you don't have to customize the adding of the RIF token. So just by searching, it will be found in the platform. In search, you put RIF, and you will have RIF tokens. In the case of RDOC and RIFpro, that are the two transferable assets from the DeFi platform, from RIF on chain, you have to do it manually. How do you do it manually? One of the ways is by choosing here. I'm going to go a little bit afterwards. You copy your RSK address from Nifty and you paste it in the RSK Explorer. Paste it there. You are going to enter into your platform and you will see in tokens. I'm sorry about that. Here we are. Well, you see, this is the end. So be patient. You will see in tokens the RIFpro and the RIF Dollar and the RIF Dollar on chain. Yes? So what you have to do here is you have to copy both addresses and include them in the Nifty wallet in the customer side. So you go to add tokens, custom, paste the RDOC wallet, and once you pay the RDOC wallet, the token symbol and the decimals will be automatically done. That automatically appears. Sorry, I leave it. And the same goes for the RIFpro. You just go there, click that address that you will see in your RSK Explorer, customize, you add it, RIFpro appears, add, and there you are. So, well, this was the end, my friends. That's it. I hope this presentation was useful and provided you with some guidance and clarity regarding the functioning of this great DeFi platform that is developed by our friends from Manion Chain. So happy to answer. I know we have some time to answer questions. You tell me, Fran, or you can write them down. I don't know, whatever you want. Okay.
Okay. Hi, everyone. Well, I don't see much questions right now. Jay that wants the presentation, of course, we will send it to you afterwards. And let me remind you that you will be able to all see this presentation afterwards on our YouTube channel, that it's youtube.com/RSKSmart. And I don't know if anybody wants to ask a personal question. We can stay a little bit longer to answer it to you. And for the Spanish speakers, to remind you that in 1 hour we will start the Spanish webinar. Otherwise, thank you so much, Santi, for joining us and for teaching us and showing us which are the RIF on chain possibilities. I don't know if your man Max Carhusa or Manu Ferrari from Money on Chain wants to say something else. Write us and we'll allow you to speak.
I hope I don't disappoint you, my friends from Money on Chain. You are willing to say something. Now is your time.
I think they're a little bit shy. Max was typing. He has no mic. Yes, he wants to add something. Hold on, Max.
Max has no mic. Okay. Okay.
Right now, well, you can speak, I think. Max, well, it says that he's getting ready. I don't know if he wants to add something. And Manuel Ferrari saying hi. Okay, to the moon, yeah.
To the moon. Yes, I agree with you.
I think that Gloria also, she's our CMO.
Hello, how are you, everyone? Thank you for letting me participate in this webinar. It was amazing watching someone else presenting RIF on Chain. You made a great job. And
we lost you, Manu.
We lost Manu. I don't know if they had a bad internet connection.
Sorry, I have a bad connection. If anyone have any question, we have two, one in Spanish and one in English. Of course, I understand that a lot of people been asking questions in the RIF Telegram group, but also if any technical question you want to reach us, we are in the Money on Chain Telegram groups. Feel free to reach for us for any inquiry.
That's fantastic.
Okay, great. Yes, I'm sharing on the chat box for anyone that wants to join.
Okay.
Okay, so otherwise, I think that's pretty much it. Please join us on the Spanish webinars, and of course, you will be able to see the recorded version on YouTube. Thanks, Santi. Thanks, man.
Connecting 1 hour. Cheers, everyone. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.